Tuesday, the 30th day of April 2024. Hello there and welcome from me, Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, to UBC Lunchtime News. We're coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. Now, Uganda Bureau of Statistics is prepared to commence the census exercise nationwide to capture essential data for planning. According to UBOS officials, the 9th of May has been declared the census night, and the 10th of May is a public holiday for people to remain home to be counted. The 9th of May will serve as a reference night throughout the exercise, and individuals are expected to recall whoever spent a night in their homestead. We have more in this story.
The Uganda Bureau of Statistics will begin conducting the 6th Post-Independence National Population and Housing Census on 10th May 2024. The 9th of May 2024 has been gazetted as Census Night, to which all census-related questions will refer. UBOS officials urge the public to remember individuals who spent the night of 9th May 2024 in their households to prevent double counting.
That even when the numerator comes on the 3rd day, the 4th day, the 5th, the 6th, the 10th day, still they will ask you who spent the night in your household on the night of 9th. So as a household head or as a responsible citizen in that household, you are kindly requested to remember.
The exercise will be guided by institutional questionnaires prepared to account for the floating population.
Which is for people who are traveling. They are at the border point, they are at the airport, they're in taxi parks, they're in bus parks. When they find them there, the question is, where did you spend your night on the reference night, on the census night? We have institutional questionnaires, we have household questionnaires, like if they came to my home. Then we have other questionnaires like for the UPDF, the Uganda Police Force, the Uganda Prison Services.
Training for officers leading the exercise has concluded at district level, while training for parish and sub-county supervisors, as well as enumerators who are the field staff and data collectors, will commence on 1st May.
We are sure of the exercise. The government has invested. We have recruited as many enumerators as possible. We have over 120,000 field staff covering the whole country.
To facilitate a technologically driven exercise, at least 120,000 tablets have been procured. Every enumerator is expected to have access to these tablets to ensure quality and timely data collection.
And we will realize that by June, the Bureau will be able to release the preliminary results. By September, we shall have the provisional results. And by December, we shall have the final results. This has never happened before. We used to take a year plus to process data. So the technological advancement is an advantage to the institution.
Enumerators will conduct the exercise from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. with no activities scheduled for the night. UBOS has collaborated with the Uganda Police Force to ensure the protection of government property and the smooth progress of the exercise without inconvenience.
Enumerator, every supervisor will be identified clearly with ident card. The ident card will have the name, the district, the title. Is either an enumerator or a supervisor.
10th May has been declared a public holiday to facilitate the 6th Post-Independence National Population and Housing Census 2024. Ivan Kahwa and Rogers Komagum, UBC News.
Now, religious leaders in Karamoja and Bugisu sub-regions have been urged to sensitize the people about the forthcoming national housing and population census. Speaking during his visit to Karimojong community in Namatala, Mbale city suburb, Kotido Catholic Bishop Dominic Abel stressed that census is one way that the government is set to know the exact number of Ugandans for effective planning.
Dominic Abel has urged religious leaders in Karamoja and Bugisu sub-region to encourage communities embrace the forthcoming population census due next month.
Urging the leaders, the religious leaders and cultural leaders to promote awareness about census. I have begun talking about it in my diocese, encouraging the people to give the right information because I have noticed some of the sufferings we have regarding distribution of national resources and also the budget is because we don't have enough information. Then we cry that we are being cheated, and yet we don't have the correct figure sometimes and correct information to help those in leadership to help us.
Bishop Dominic was speaking during his visit to Karamejong's living in Namtala, Ambale city suburb. He encouraged coexistence between the Bamasaba and Karamejong.
That sense of solidarity, that they are not abandoned out there, but even when they are here, we still have a link with them. My message for them and for the community here, that they should accept one another, and above all for them, that they should get integrated in the activities of the community here, which I think most of them are doing.
Meanwhile, the Myoga National Coordinator, Rita Namwenge, has underscored the need for residents in Elgon region to plant trees if the region is to curb disasters displacing the locals.
Many sub-counties, both in Blambuli and in Namisindwa, where they are prone and there is a threat of landslides. That is why I'm requesting everyone that please, when you go home, at least plant a tree so that we curb the issues of climate change. We also know that we depend on agriculture, but when you're practicing agriculture, be very careful on protecting buffer zones.
If the bishop can dance, what about you?
Now, the Executive Director, Uganda Communications Commission, Nyombi Tembo, has tasked telecom operators to be transparent on data pricing to regulate customer complaints of data depletion. This was during a town hall meeting with telecom operators and stakeholders to answer the recent question of data depletion.
Following public frustrations on social media regarding data usage discrepancies, the Uganda Communications Commission met telecom operators and stakeholders to clarify the customer complaints. On the concern of how data bundles deplete at high speed, telecom operators say it's attributed to many factors, not limited to the speed of the network.
When it comes to your data usage, even while you're sleeping or you're not touching the phone, data continues to run. And how does it run? Let me give you some examples. How do you think, even when you're sleeping, when you sleep with your phone on your bedside and wake up in the morning, when you wake up, you see so many WhatsApp messages that have come to you. Okay, how do you think those messages come?
Over time, the number of Ugandans who are connected to the opportunities of the internet continues to grow. Because since 2019, we made our network 100% 4G. That means we have created a highway for many Ugandans to get to the opportunities of the internet by using smart devices. But it comes with a challenge. People don't understand, okay, previously they didn't, how we bill, and where their data usage. And there have been complaints which we have addressed. We've done some videos educating people. We have brought an app, the Airtel My Data Manager app, where Ugandans who are our customers can go and look at their data usage so they make informed decisions. If, for example,
telecom operators also advised internet users to be mindful and shut down open windows if not in use to reduce on data consumption.
Data is not created actually by the telco. Data is created by you. Unless you open TikTok, that data will never get created. Okay, so what basically an operator is doing is giving you a bandwidth. It's like a super highway. Okay, a lot of space for a lot of people to use data, very fast data.
You consume data when you are aware that when you consume more data, you should be able to pay for it. What we want you to avoid is your data to be used when you don't, when it shouldn't have been used. Like having apps which you are not using, they are in the background consuming your data and you don't know. That's what we should teach you about.
The Executive Director, Uganda Communications Commission, Nyombi Tembo, asked telecom operators to specify the products offered to eliminate aspects of being cheated.
The details should be, I think, be put in bold. Is it controversial? The finer details are always put in very, very fine print. but they should put it in bold so that people understand what they are buying. Why? Because I've told you the controversy of measurement. Measurement is not only scientific, it's also psychological. So when you are dealing with the people, you are selling them things, you must ensure that scientifically the calibrations are correct, but again, psychologically, you should make sure that you explain to them.
Nyambe says the Commission is assessing a variety of tools from which one will be selected to be used for monitoring of data usage and services offered by the telecom operators. Mary Namkose, Mario Nawar, UBC News.
Now, State Minister for Mineral Development in the Ministry of Energy, Fiona Nyamtoro, has received 1,730 mineral samples from Karamoja sub-region in Entebbe. Now, this follows a 3-year airborne geophysical survey that has been going on in the Karamoja sub-region and part of northern Uganda by the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development through the Directorate of Geological Mines under the Karamoja Aerial Survey Project.
730 mineral samples will be sent to Spain for laboratory analysis to ease geological and geochemical mapping of areas with potential and valuable minerals in Karamoja sub-region. The Acting Commissioner, Geological Surveys and Mapping, Dr. Fred Tuguma, told UBC that there is need to upgrade laboratories in Uganda so as to ease geological work.
The budget for the laboratory has been dismal. Like in this financial itself, we allocated 120 millions. Which is which is a peanut to the budget, and all the budgets were slashed. That will be allocated within the budget. We hope for the mineral laboratory we will be able to do the analysis in the resources available.
In 2006, the Directorate of Geological Survey and Mines contracted Fugro Airborne Surveys Limited for an airborne geophysical survey to collect geochemical and geology data. The project covered 80% of the country, leaving out Karamoja due to insecurity. In 2020, Uganda received funding from the Spanish government for aerial surveys of Karamoja sub-region. The project coordinator, Karamoja Aerial Surveys in Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Isaiah Tumuchirize, says they have merged the whole map for Karamoja to build a database for the minerals in the region. The project has completed Gravity Survey Phase 1 and 2 and the Magnetic and Radiometric Survey Phase 1.
I've also merged the data. Now we have a whole map of Karamoja, magnetics, as those parameters I've talked about, radiometrics and gravity. So the remaining challenge is also to complete another 80% of gravity, which is now only covering 20% of Karamoja.
The Directorate of Geological Survey and Mines has been working with Saliba, a Spanish company, to collect airborne data from Karamoja and part of Acholi sub-region using aircraft flying at a low altitude. Abiona Francisco, UBC.
13 minutes after 1 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll now take a short break, but we'll be returning with much more.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar! My boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock on my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting it. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Uganda's biggest tourism and travel trade show of the year is here again. The 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate 2024 under the theme Responsible Tourism will be taking place at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, from the 23rd to the 25th of May 2024. It's your chance to connect with tourism and travel professionals from across the globe. Discover travel holiday deals, packages, and so much more. Visit www.poate.co.ug to register and be part of the event. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja Kigezi segment. If Uganda is the Pearl of Africa, then Kigezi must be the Pearl of Uganda. Learn about how the Bachiga, Bafumbira and Batwa are the oldest republicans in Uganda.
Kigezi as such.
We are different groupings. Bachiga,
Batwa,
Bafumbira.
And there was no king as such.
In some of these other places, they say every Mchiga is a king in their home.
They have always been Republicans.
My great-grandfather called the Katuleje.
He resisted them.
Whom I talked about.
This queen mobilized the whole of Kigezi, Rwanda to rebel.
Premiering on Saturday the 4th of May, 3 to 8 p.m. at Ndere Center, Ntinda. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja?
Welcome back from that break, and this is UBC Lunchtime News here on UBC. My name is Rukidi Edward Ijanangoma. Business news now, and the 13th Annual Insurance Awards Gala took center stage at Speak Resort Munyonyo, awarding the best agents in the insurance sector. More than 20 insurance companies competed for these awards, as we hear in this story.
For every hard work, there should be a reward. Uganda Insurers Association awarded the best insurance agents in the land. At Speak Resort Munyonyo, the 2024 Insurance Agents Awards geared at improving performance, giving agents a platform for genuine feedback. Insurance agents acknowledged the need to evolve with the increased use of technology, calling on the need to readjust.
We need to embrace technology. I think most of people now have smartphones, so we should be doing a lot of online selling. We should be embracing the internet sales. We should think outside of the box. We could buy maybe Facebook ads, things like that going forward. I see the future in technology.
At the same gala, it was availed that the insurance agents contribute more than 50% of the annual revenue in the insurance sector, hence the need for recognition.
And for the coming year, I see things are getting better because there's a lot of advertisement now. There are people who have gotten their maturities, and so the belief in insurance, actually people are getting aware. Insurance awareness is becoming more, though we are at 5%, but last year it grew by 21% in terms of premiums. So the coming year, I'm hoping and very positive about more sales and more reaching out to more people, because we are selling a life-changing product and we are selling a very good product, which actually everyone should be having.
For the winner's part, Jubilee Insurance's Tugumanawe Aaron took home Best New Agent Endowment Policy Award. Diana Simpasa Ndege emerged as the second runners-up in the Best Life Agent of the Year's category, while ICAEA Lions Bob Tayebwa received the award for the highest number of endowment policies.
This award means a lot to me. It's a reward for my very hard work. Winning this award, it takes a lot of hard work, persistency, patience, and I'm really honored and very thankful to my clients that have trusted me in the past year to be their agent. This is to us.
The 13th annual Uganda Insurers Association Awards are aiming at empowering and rewarding the best in the insurance sector.
Bamnanika youth have been urged to embrace government programs so as to address unemployment. Now, this follows an engagement of youth with the mayor of Bamnanika, Paul Salabwa.
The Uganda Bureau of Statistics shows that unemployment increased from 6.54% in 2021 to 6.58% in 2022. This prompted the government of Uganda to embark on skilling the youth through various projects to curb the increasing unemployment. However, some rural areas have not embraced these projects due to the negative mindset. The mayor of Bamnanika constituency, Paul Salabwa, has donated welding and popcorn machines to the youth to fight the increasing unemployment rates in his constituency. He further cited the need for the youth to put aside political differences and use the existing programs for their social welfare development.
Bagikozesa olwa security gyereese bagigaggawaliremu bagisomesezemu abaana bamaleko zi university beeyongereyo. Gavumenti endala abantu tebasobanga na kutuuka ku university balinga mu dduka era bakozesa ennyo programu za gavumenti zeegaba nga Paris model basobole okuzikozesa abavubuka zibatumbule kubanga tuzigaba ku bantu abakatandika wansi.
They further carried out a community cleaning program with the patients and ended up with a sports tournament.
Today we were at the main hospital of Bamnanika constituency, Koko Health Center 4 Hospital, and to my surprise, the hospital was well organized. It had all our wards, but the most challenges they were having were the limited beds for our mothers in their ward, and also the drugs. So we urge the government to come and step in to give us a helping hand, because this is our hospital and we have been really left behind by...
Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Inabugude, UBC News.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the
Osmosis.
Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Uganda's biggest tourism and travel trade show of the year is here again. The 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate 2024 under the theme Responsible Tourism will be taking place at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, from the 23rd to the 25th of May 2024. It's your chance to connect with tourism and travel professionals from across the globe. Discover travel holiday deals, packages, and so much more. Visit www.poate.co.ug to register and be part of the event. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board.
Welcome back. Let's have a look at sports news, and we're looking at the UEFA Champions League, where the UEFA Champions League returns tonight with Real Madrid facing Bayern Munich. Bayern's head coach Thomas Tuchel heaped praise on Real Madrid's Jude Bellingham as he claimed Bayern Munich players must find solutions to stop the English player. The Bayern Munich boss spoke highly of Bellingham's ability and praised him for handling the pressure of playing for a club of Real Madrid's stature with ease in his very first season. The Bavarian club have made it to the last four stage for the first time since the 2019-2020 season, when they went on to win their sixth Champions League title. The Spanish Giants, on the other hand, will be appearing in the semi-final for the fourth consecutive season. Tuchel's side are all set to face Carlo Ancelotti's team in the first leg of their Champions League semi-final clash at Allianz Arena before facing VfB Stuttgart in the Bundesliga on Saturday. Meanwhile, Dortmund will face PSG Wednesday night. And that brings us to the end of this Lunchtime News edition. Thank you so much for having kept us company. I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
International Labour Day is celebrated every year on 1st May. This day is commemorated in appreciation of the contribution of workers to national development. It is also used to raise consciousness